Oh, we're live. That's good. I'm like moving my chair. This is probably just like my boobs.
We get shocked every time. Every time it starts, we're like, oh shit. Like,
I know. We have the worst starts ever. Seriously. Man, I looked like trash today. And I really tried. I really did. I like took a shower.
fine.
I think I look really tired.
I don't think so at all.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's because I was always tired when I lived with you. So that's how you expect me to look.
Yeah. I mean, but we had reasons for that. I'm not saying a kid's not a reason or a husband. But
Or an old man.
or an old man.
Oh my God.
I hear he's been getting hell this week. He's not dead, is he?
No, but cancer may not be the thing that kills him. He is wearing my last nerve. Oh my God. He's gonna be 76 next month. You know, and he's like, he's an only child. He's already set in his ways, and I'm like forever being like, you need to change this about you. You need to change that. You can't do this. Like, I'm always making him change stuff. So, so I dipped into this because I live with a 75-year-old crotchety man and a 41-year-old man and a 1-year-old baby. And my mother abandoned me. So I'm basically like an orphan now.
I'm surprised there's any alcohol left.
Yeah, well, you know, I had to save because I met this person. Oh, shit, I forgot that I was mixing it with Coke. I'm like just pouring a whole thing of Bacardi here. Oh, wait, you think halfway? I think halfway is good. Yeah.
That's usually what I do.
Higher?
No, that's usually what I do. It's about half.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you can go higher.
Where's the Coke? Oh, here, I couldn't see it. And, okay, so there's this guy here that I used to know because I used to drink with him. And he's going to go by his middle name, which is Harvey. And he's always thought I was funny as shit, so he's been watching the shows, like, on the weekends, I guess. And he has decided to become my, I'm calling him my booze daddy. It's like a sugar daddy, but he buys me booze.
There you go.
And he's like, I would prefer to be known as an investor because, you know, sugar daddies get something in return.
That's true.
And I was like,
I mean, technically investors do too. That's why they invest.
I make him laugh.
Yeah, entertainment. There you go.
And he buys me booze. So I got this big old thing of Bacardi right now. Although, damn it, I forgot to stir again.
There's a pencil around there somewhere.
There's actually a pen in here. Hold on.
There you go. Fucking purpose.
He's all like, you should expand what you drink. And I'm like, have you seen my partner? She drinks like 2 things.
And?
Yeah, let him buy her booze. So.
We didn't start this fucking thing for me to sit there and try all different kinds of alcohol. We started this thing for me to get shit-faced and talk a lot of shit. A lot of shit. And it still works. My 2 items are not. It works.
How we do it in Vegas. Oh,
lipstick all over it.
Yeah, well, whatever. I don't have a straw either. Oh, well. God, this is cold. So, what were we talking about? I forgot.
We're moving on.
Oh, no, I was going to say, so he's going to buy me, like, he's not going to ask me anymore. He's just going to, like, buy me stuff. So, like, okay. And I guess he's going to send me, like, recipes. I'm like, are you going to, like, share this on Pinterest or what? What's going on? So he's going to send me, like, drink recipes. So that should be fun.
Yeah. We'll watch you drink the weird shit, and I'll just stick to what I enjoy.
Well, you know, if you're not buying, you can't complain, right?
Yes, I can.
Well, I want him to continue buying it for me because I have no money, so I'm going to just do what I'm told.
Well, there you go. That works. All right.
We have a bunch of viewers, so if you're new, which I'm pretty sure 2 of you are not, drinking, we like to know. Because, wait, are you drinking vodka like you promised?
Who?
You.
I didn't promise vodka this week.
Well, you did.
Did I?
But you don't really remember most of last week.
No, I've got my handy dandy, captain.
Yep, you said you were going to drink vodka this week because you wanted to talk about sex. And I tried to talk you out of it, and then I finally just gave up. So,
well, I mean, I guess PDA is kind of like a sexual topic, right?
Yeah.
I can deal with that because a good friend of mine, Keith, he's the one that mentioned it at work the other day. He was like, "Oh, I've got a great topic for you," because we were talking about this couple that was just going to town in the middle of the store. And I was just like, see, I just don't like that. So he was like, that's a great topic for y'all. And I was like, yes, it is. And he was like, do I get an honorary mention? Yes, you do. Keith, thank you. And you're welcome. Back at you.
Well, I think that you and I are on the same level at this. So we're probably going to be relying on people watching for different opinions because I think we're like pretty much exactly the same. But Mrs. Jared says, glad to see my booze babes. So excited. And we were so relatively on time this week. We were like fucking early for us.
Yeah, I'm sitting there until like 6:12. So
we would have actually been on time had my computer decided it is all like it didn't want to charge anymore. I'm like, I moved it from one room to the other and it was like all charged up, but it's kind of like it's a few years old, so it didn't hold the charge much. But I'm like freaking out. Ugh. So yeah, okay.
Yeah, because I said that you had to fix something because tonight is Mr. Jared's last live show because he's starting school back. Congratulations and good luck. I told Miss Jared I would definitely give him all of my positive energy for that.
Oh yeah. He actually wrote in and said, so happy to see y'all before school starts.
Huh?
He said, so happy to see y'all before school starts.
Yeah, we're happy to have you. Absolutely. So, okay.
Also, he's drinking, which I'm going to assume Mrs. Jared is drinking the same, because I think we established before she started watching the show that he drinks whatever she drinks.
Yeah. Which should be the case.
Which is pecan pie whiskey. I said it like Tennesseans say it.
Pecan? Yeah.
Pecan.
I'm
from Texas. We say pecan.
Like pecan just sounds funny to me.
Yeah, no, that's how we say it in Texas.
Pecan or pecan?
We say pecan.
I say North Carolina was pecan. But even Tennessee, some people say pecan, and I'm like, the fuck is that? Is that a cashew? What is it?
I think it's just people that have like are not from there originally.
Like they're trying to make a southern nut fancy. Pecan. Fuck off, it's pecan. Let's eat that shit.
I wonder how they say it in England. We have people watching in England.
Yeah, so what are they going to do? Text you and you're going to be like, okay, so is that pecan or pecan?
Well, they probably aren't watching it right now because it's 8 hours ahead.
Which is the perfect time to watch it.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, I guess it's only midnight there.
Yeah, it's like getting close to last call, so people should be paying.
Yeah, I just sat and counted on my fingers. That's right. I don't use my brain for those kinds of things.
No. Okay. So I want to try super hard to at least establish the topic and have a few minutes of conversation on it. So PDA, which is also known as public displays of affection. I do feel there's a fine line between, oh, that's cute and, oh my fucking God, get a room. So I am slightly a hypocrite when I'm drunk. When I am drunk, I don't give a fuck at all. So if the mood strikes, I will fucking jump somebody's bag right then and there. It doesn't matter where I'm at. In fact, my favorite bar, Peggy Ray's, had to get on to me one night because I was shit-faced with a previous relationship, and I decided I was going to give him a hand job right in the middle of the bar. Oh yeah. So that may have been crossing the PDA line. Maybe just a little bit. But when I am not
drinking, that's a misdemeanor.
It's all adults. It's 21 and up in the state of Tennessee. So it's, I mean, I'm just saying. So when I'm sober, though, I'm totally different. Like, I'm not a kissy person ever. Like, I don't really like the whole let's make out. Like, I'm going to keep my tongue in my mouth. You keep it in yours until the time calls for it for, a random drunken, just all out fun. But I'm not really a touchy person either. Like, I may hold your hand or something like that, or rub your back if I'm waiting in line. But other than that, like, that's about as far as I go out in public. And most people assume that is not the case for me. So when I watch other people, really, I'm curious what goes on in their head. Like, I know you're not supposed to be concerned about everybody else because you're supposed to worry about yourself and what makes you happy, but at the same time, when it affects other people, like when parents are having to block their children's eyes because you want to have a makeout session with your partner, dressing like a retail store or something like that, I think there's just some issues there. So I'm curious how everybody else looks on the subject, like what their view is on the subject, because I don't know if I'm just being an asshole and being like, snooty about the situation, or if a lot of people feel that way. I'm just curious.
Well, you're the touchy-feely one in our relationship.
Our relationship consists of me being drunk, so.
No, when you're sober.
Not really.
Like, and I'm like,
I don't even recall that being.
Like, I'm not gonna see you for like 6 months. Give me a hug. And I'm like, ugh.
But see, that's the funny part. That's the funny part. When I have a friend, Lonnie, and I've probably known her for like 7 months. And the first time I gave her a hug, she was like, "Oh my God, Stash just gave me a hug," because I'm not that type of person. For most people, I don't like, "Oh my God, hey, how are you? Give me a hug" type of situations. I don't even like that. So it's not just lovers or partners. It's people too. Like, I might give people a hug, like a quick hug goodbye or something like that. But it takes certain kinds of people to bring that out of me. It can't just be somebody I hadn't seen in a while that may be an acquaintance, because I'm just like, no, just my happy face and smile is good enough for me. Like, I just don't like a bunch of people touching me. And where I work, some of the guests have not figured that out. So they like to walk up behind me and put their arm around my waist or something like that. And the first thing I want to do is turn around and just sucker punch. But I can't because I'll get fired. So I have to kind of rein back and slightly find an awkward way to get out of this embrace. What?
I'm trying to think of something. I'm like, I don't know, like, I can generally give off that vibe, I think anyway, that says, don't touch me.
Unless you're drinking too. And then you're like, hey, let's dance. You'll dance.
Okay, no, that's different. I love going dancing, but, I can't wait to fix my ankle. Because my dancing buddy is here, so, like, the guy I always go dancing with, so I'm really excited. And he has a job now, so he can, like, pay for my beers.
Yay.
Yay! And in exchange, I will help him with the ladies. Like always.
You'll be his wingman.
Yeah, no, I mean, I always have. Well, like, we'll go dancing, and then I'll be like, I need to rest, because, you know, that 3 minutes of exercise is going to kill me. So I sit down with my beer, and, you know, so he go ask somebody else, you know, another girl, and, you know, if they were like, you were with that other girl, and then it's like, oh, no, we're just really good friends. And then they're like, oh, well, this nice young lady is out with him, and they're dancing and just being friends. So obviously he's safe. I can dance with him and maybe more.
Is that how that works?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like Jody, every time we go out, like in a public area, like not just us going to Logan's and, you know, getting tanked. Like if we're going to like a club or something, you know, or a restaurant where there's like a lot of people, like, you know, he always is like, come here, oh, gives me a big hug to make sure. And I'll usually have a wedding ring on, so, but it's like, so people are like, okay, she's taken, but she's hugging him, so they're good friends, so he's safe. I can go out with him.
But they don't know, but my thing is, they don't know you, so what if they thought that you're just as crazy as this psycho that's hugging you? Like, who's to say that just because you have a vagina that makes
Don't give women more credit than they deserve. Mrs. Jared has an opinion. Hang on. I gotta get up close. My dad's like, maybe we should get you some contacts. Sure. Sell your car.
Yeah.
They're so expensive. Okay, she says, depends on what they look like. If it makes me Randy, I don't mind at all.
Randy.
I like this term.
Okay, Austin Powers.
Expanding her vocabulary. She sounds worldly. So she sounds.
So if it makes, but what? So,
well, you are gonna love Vegas. Because it's nothing but good people making out, or good-looking people making out.
In that situation, so if that couple does something for you, it's okay for them to show affection for themselves. But if that,
I would say as long as it's not in Walmart or, you know, a bookstore, somewhere where there's going to be kids.
Which is pretty much fucking everywhere. Those fucking things are everywhere. They're everywhere.
Not where I live. I never see kids. The only kid I ever see is my own.
That's because you never leave the house.
Okay, recently, yes.
I don't know.
I have no money, and not very many people want to sponsor me drinking.
I don't feel like anything about physical attraction makes any difference. Like, you could be two hot broads, two hot dudes, a hot dude and a hot broad. Like, I don't feel like that scenario changes at all. Like, if I start to feel awkward because you're going way too far in a public area, like, and that takes I mean, look at me. Come on, listen to the way I talk and the things I say. If I say I start to feel awkward, you're doing something wrong. Right? Get in a little bit.
Well, you know, I don't know. I'm trying to think of how I feel about that, because I went to a Christmas party with all my girlfriends last year for Christmas, duh. My brain is not working. And we, like, I mean, I know I got drunk. And then I called Jody. And I was like, he's my honorary girlfriend, so he can be here. It's okay. And we ended up going to this bar, like, down the street. And there was this couple heavy duty making out. Now, I can't really remember if they were good looking or not. So I'm trying to think, like, I remember taking a picture of them. So, I don't remember, like, feeling anything as far as, you know, ooh, I need to get me some of that, like, you know, go home or whatever.
I think that's the other thing that I mean, like, if you're in a bar, I don't give a fuck. You can have their pants off. I don't give a shit. But there's something about being, like, just in random places at random times. Just, I don't know what it is. And I feel like maybe it really is just me that notices it and has an issue with it, because
no, it's not just you. I don't like a whole lot of it. Like, if somebody's, like, holding hands, or, you know, kissing, like quick kisses.
Yeah.
But if you're like sitting there, like, yeah, if there's groping, if there's hands down the, I mean, anything.
Have to take a minute to take a deep breath in between your makeout session. You're maybe too far. Maybe a little too far.
Take it outside, get in the car, like normal people. What I'm saying.
Like normal people. You know, find a dark alleyway. Same difference. But I don't know. It's something that bothers me because I don't necessarily like to judge people, but at the same time, when I see that going on, I'm like, do y'all not have a private home that y'all can do this? Or you guys seeing each other on the side? Like, do you have a spouse and you're like trying to get it where you can? And that's why it's all hot and bothered, because I don't have that desire to be all hot and bothered in public. Now, at home is different because that's our house, but like, if I want to rape you, I'm going to do it at home. I'm not going to do it in the middle of a grocery store aisle. Or
I don't know. I think we're both a little weird about that. But, you know, because we're both very comfortable being at home. It's like, let's dump this place, you know, and go home, you know, like, maybe it is just a comfort thing, you know?
Maybe, like, I don't know. I feel like an ass sometimes because I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing?
Mrs. Jared has something to say. Hold on. I'm waiting for it to load. Okay. She says, it doesn't bother me for my kids to see it. They see it at home and on the TV. I am a touchy person, so if the couple felt the need to share a passionate moment, then I'll cheer them on.
I see that's the differences. Like, I think that some people that are mentally that way, it's not a bother. But then there are people like me that I'm not really that
You know
way.
what I wonder if her parents were affectionate.
Well, you can ask her. She's talking to you, so.
You know, well, I'm wondering, like, maybe, you know, does your home life as a child influence that?
That's interesting because I didn't really have that at all. Obviously, I mean, my parents have been divorced since I was 5, and then the previous 5 years before they actually signed divorce papers, all I remember is screaming at each other. Like, I don't even know how they managed to have 3 kids. I don't think we're kids.
You look like him.
I'm just like him too. But still, like, it's hard for me to imagine that they had those moments together, which obviously in order for them to get married, there had to have been something that I never thought. Like, it was never there in my life. And it still isn't. I mean, my mom still never remarried, you know, never really had a partner that she felt comfortable bringing around her kids. And that's fine too, but I do think that maybe that does affect it. Or maybe it affects it. Like, maybe that makes people opposite too. Like, if they saw it all the time, they wouldn't want to do it because maybe they felt awkward at home being kids. Which would make me think that if that were the case for me, like, not seeing it, I would be the opposite and would be that way all the time. Because I would be afraid of having their loss, you know, the failure.
You know, that gets back to the whole nature versus nurture thing, you know. But yeah, my parents are never into PDAs. Like, I rarely saw them, you know, do anything. And nobody in my family is really touchy-feely, though.
No.
So Joyce is ridiculously touchy-feely. She does what she calls drive-by hugs, where I'll be sitting and she'll come by, like, because my parents have like picnic benches, you know, on their table. She'll come by and just squeeze me real quick and then run off. It's like her way of getting affection. I hugged her once because she was like going to Australia for like 6 months, and she was just like, "Are you dying? Am I never going to see you again?" I'm like, sorry. Because normally what I'll do is I'll be like, and I'll give her a pat on the shoulder, and that's my way of saying, I love you more than anyone else in this family. Jared responded. He said no. Wait. Oh, no. Okay. Sorry. No, I was raised in a divorced home, and we didn't touch each other unless it was to fight. But Mrs. Jared has made me touchy.
So that would make sense too.
He says it can be learned.
Yeah. I mean, that would make sense. Like if you got with a partner relationship and
You're the right person, yeah.
Like if they started making you feel comfortable with it, I could see that. But I've been really comfortable in my relationship too, and I just like I've dated guys that were touchy, but they kind of got used to me not being touchy in public. So they don't want to step on my toes by making me that way because I get that awkward like, oh, okay. So I can see how that could work both ways. Like they learned my regards on it, just like Jared's learned her regards on it. That it's okay, and then my relationships have learned it's not okay. I mean, it's okay to a certain extent, but I've got that reform in my head or something about it that just makes me uncomfortable.
I think that now that I'm thinking about it and thinking back, I think it's environment as well, because like when I'm here, I am much less inhibited, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I'm more free to, you know, like I feel more free to do those things. So, because I'm thinking back now and I'm like, oh, okay. So I don't know if it's alcohol or the fact that I'm around other drunk adults all the time. You know, because that was what I worked with, you know, because I have made a career out of booze. Mrs. Jared says, I think it was the lack of affection as a kid, and after my first lesbian relationship, I've become a very, very touchy person. And then she said, Jared was rigid when we met, like hugging a tree. That's what hugging me is like.
Yes, it is.
I knew Jared and I, we have that kinship. Yep.
That moment of just freeze and it'll be over in a second.
It's like, okay, that's enough. That's enough. Get off me.
People start feeling that warmth received back. They're like, oh, it's okay to continue this hug. No, if you make it as awkward for you, like towards them, like if you make it as awkward for them as it feels for you, they cut it off faster.
Yeah, so maybe it is how we grow up.
Well, I mean,
it's the right person.
Sounds like I grew up a lot like Miss Jared did. Like no affection whatsoever. And I just
well, like my parents gave me affection.
Oh yeah, I didn't even
give it to each other.
Yeah, but I didn't have either of those situations at all.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, no, alcohol definitely is one of my factors because I am a super touchy-feely drunk.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. You know, I'm not going to be like kissing boys or anything, but I'll kiss all my friends who are girls.
I see what's funny is I've gotten, you know, I can remember, well, surprisingly, I can actually remember several times like being at Doug's, being fucking shithouse and just making out with the next person that walked in the door. Like, because I don't really have anything to hinder that situation. I feel like, you know, if something strikes, I do it. But it is not often that happens. So it's strange that that's even happened for me because I'm not really that way sober, and I'm not always that way drunk. So I don't know what happens. All of a sudden, I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna make out with this person. Because I don't even make out like there's something about it. I can't breathe. My mouth feels fatty. My face is rugged from their.
Well, are you a mouth breather?
Huh?
Are you a mouth breather or like a nose breather?
Once that other person's face is there, what am I breathing? I'm breathing in the carbon monoxide. They're breathing out because they're coming out of their nose, and I'm sucking it in my nose, and that's just uncomfortable. But like even like cuddling, even cuddling in the bed, my face needs to be away from your face. I don't want to inhale the shit you're exhaling. Like I don't feel like I'm getting fresh air that way. I feel like I'm being poisoned another way.
Which brings us back to the tree thing. Trees exhale oxygen.
Maybe I need a tree.
So you just need a good tree.
I just need to hug a tree.
Yeah. Mrs. Jarrett says, I would get the awkward patting on the back while hugging as a clue to get off it. I do that.
Am I your buddy?
I'm like, yep, okay. I do it to her. Yeah. No, I get it.
It's weird because I don't know where it comes from. I don't know where
I don't want to be like this necessarily because I think I'm a little too ridiculous about it, but and it comes out when I get drunk. So I'm just like, I love everybody. Let's all go on vacation together.
Maybe my opinion on the public displays of affection, maybe my negative opinion on it is because maybe I have like some sense of envy about it because I'm not comfortable doing that. Maybe it's envy or jealousy, something that's where I'm just like, why do they feel comfortable enough to do that?
Maybe.
But it's not their problem, it's mine because obviously they're having a good fucking time.
Well, I think if you're being gross, no. We need to cut that shit off. There is a fine line, between sexy and gross. Like if I can hear like smacking.
If it sounds like you're stirring macaroni and cheese, we got a problem.
No, you need to just
stop. Salad.
I'm like trying to think of examples, but like most of the time it's in bars or clubs.
See, that's
casinos or cars.
For me, it's like the ones that stand out in my mind are where I work, being in grocery stores, being in the mall. I'm like, why are you here? If you want all that, go home. Like, why? The move struck in the detergent aisle, clean up on all 5. Come on.
No, I mean, like the produce aisle, I can get that. That makes sense.
Yeah, cucumbers, what? Is that a 2 for 1 deal? Yeah. Menage a trois, motherfuckers.
Oh, they have African cucumbers here.
I mean, if your thing is squash, then by all means, go get you some of that, sweetheart. I would assume that you would save that produce for home.
What did I hear the other day? Putting condoms on cucumbers is just, like in school, is just opening you up for a world of disappointment. I'm like, yep.
Oh, God, I haven't heard that one. I like that. I'm going to have to tell that one to somebody tomorrow.
Like boogie nights and shit.
I gotta pee. I should have peed before we started.
Yeah, I did not because I was too busy yelling at the computer. I didn't finish my makeup, I realized. I think that's part of the reason I look tired is because I stopped to fucking deal with this.
I don't think you look tired at all.
Thank you. I think I look tired of that. I'm like, ugh. I haven't slept in a couple of days, so I'm just pooped. I don't know. Maybe you're onto something though, because we don't participate. I guess it's like, you know how people who don't drink are disgusted by people
who get shit housed
drinking and getting, loud and, generally like what we do when we go out.
Yeah.
So maybe you're onto something there.
Where it's like a situation that's unknown for you and you have this envy or jealousy or this, the not understanding situation. Maybe I'm just not understanding it.
So we get judgy.
I don't think
but, I don't know. There is a line though. There is a line, especially location.
I don't feel like it's about the judgment. I feel it's about, I feel uncomfortable by seeing it. So I'm not trying to be judgmental. Like, I don't give a fuck what you look like, Miss Jared. But I feel uncomfortable. And like I said, that's my problem. It's obviously not theirs. They're happy doing what they're doing. So I think it's at the, at the whole 360 here, at this whole turnabout, it's my issue.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like if I'm getting drunk at, you know, a restaurant that has a bar and you're like complaining about me, which has happened, don't go there. Okay? Don't expose your kids to that. It has a full bar. I am like in the bar area. Just go away. Now, if I get drunk at Chuck E. Cheese,
Then that's your problem.
so yeah, I guess like if I'm in a bar or, you know, a porn shop or whatever, that's not what they're called. What are they called? I forget. You know, and somebody's making out, then I guess it's fine. If I'm like shopping for groceries with my child, then yeah, it's not all right. So I guess it's like a, you know, and you have to like consider also the environment, you know, like, yeah, I'm going to make people uncomfortable if I get shit-faced at the library, you know. The people are not going to enjoy their reading experience.
You know, I'm one of those types of people, like, I like to drink when I'm reading a book, so I brought this bottle of wine to the fucking library, and I'm going to have me a good old time up on this beanbag. Move out my way, kid. That's my spot. Like fucking on Bang Theory, that's my spot.
Jared says that's because drunks show their ass. Honestly, I never see asses.
My ass naturally comes right out of my pants. Like my ass is like, let me out, let me out, let me out. Like every time I sit down.
Well, we do urinate in public a lot, so let me back up a little bit. But usually I try to find a bush or a tree. You know?
That's not available. Like a parking lot will do just fine.
Oh, yeah. I've peed in so many parking lots.
But not all
drinkers. The country. It's ridiculous.
Not all drinkers get drunk enough to the point where they don't care. Some people are less inhibited after a glass of wine and they want to show some public displays of affection in a bar. But had they not had just that one glass of one glass of wine, they may not be that way because there's something that alcohol does. Everybody says it lowers your inhibitions. I get that. But not everybody's a drunken asshole and that's why they do what they do in a bar. Some people just, they don't have that opportunity. Maybe they do have the kids at the house and they feel uncomfortable showing the displays of affection with them around, so they take their spouse out and they have some fun that way. But you can't have that much fun in a grocery store. You will get kicked out.
Yeah, I just want to buy food, you know? Just want to get my frozen pizza and my cucumbers and go home.
Right. I don't know. Like, it's been one of those things that's kind of been on my mind for years. But I've never had the opportunity to really sit around with a bunch of different people from all different aspects, because most of the times you have friends similar to yourself. And
yeah,
so
you don't get that outside view.
Yeah.
I know we have a bunch of viewers watching and they're not, you know, weighing in on their opinions. I would like to know, because already Mrs. Jared is like, nah, you guys are totally not seeing
wrong. And not necessarily wrong, just different. We're definitely on different spectrums on this line, for sure. Which is weird because me and Miss Jared have talked several times outside of the weekly Boozefest, and we share a lot of similarities in multiple aspects of life. So it's kind of interesting to hear that a lot of the way she was raised is a lot the way I was raised, but that made her try harder to be the opposite of what her family was. Mine, it's like I'm opposite in many ways with my friends and my relationships, but that part didn't happen for me. Like the affectionate thing just didn't happen. Like I feel like I don't know what it is. Like I don't want to say my skin crawls because I don't have a hatred towards it. It's just I get this awkward I don't know what to do moments. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think people are going to go one way or the other. They're either going to emulate the environment, or they're going to go the exact opposite. Mrs. Jared says she's peed in a trash can at work. At work?
All right.
Like when I was working regular jobs. No, can't say got drunk at work plenty of times. When, I mean, like when I wasn't supposed to be, like, you know, like it wasn't a drinking job, you know. I had to like talk to people, clients and shit, but it made it tolerable. But I peed in trash cans. Sometimes I don't want to like, well, I don't do this anymore, but like when I lived by myself in Vegas, sometimes I wouldn't want to go like out of my room because I didn't like my roommate. So yeah, I have like a liner in my trash can. I would just pee in it all night. And then in the morning I'd be like, why does it smell like urine in here? I have to like clean it, change it out. It's like, I don't do that anymore.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck who I'm living with. That's my fucking bathroom too. I pay for that shit. I'm using the goddamn bathroom in the toilet, not my trash can, beside my goddamn desk or bed.
I just didn't want to go out of my room and like risk seeing her. She was just that much. She made me that uncomfortable just by existing.
I made her uncomfortable and give her the silent treatment every time you had to poo or pee.
No, I didn't speak to her. I didn't want to see her face. That was all, you know. Jared says she's done it recently. Well, I'll tell you, there is not a house I've lived in that I haven't peed in the kitchen sink. And I have lived in like 22 houses.
I think I peed in one kitchen sink, and that's because my previous relationship was blowing up the one bathroom, and I have an issue with recently pottied in bathrooms. And as a drinker, you gotta pee, like you have to.
I
remember that. And so, you know,
you're like texting me or something about it.
Yeah, the next thing I know, he's walking out of the bathroom, and I'm hovering over the fucking sink like the chicken, what was it, baby mama, just looking at him like, I'm sorry I had to go. There are some things you can't wait for, and that's one of those things, like you're either going to pee your pants, or you're going to find a receptacle somewhere somehow, but I can't say that being at home, I peed in my own fucking trash can. Come on, Heather, get some class.
I didn't say I was classy, okay? We're being honest here. I thought I'd share. You know, I was young.
Are we being honest?
Oh, God, I used to drink so much. I just think about all the money I'd have now. But it was worth it. Mrs. Jared said, sometimes in the nursing office, she has to pee really bad, and the trash can was as high as the toilet, so she said, why not?
In the nursing?
She gets it. Sometimes you just gotta go.
Let's think about this. In the nursing office, you know, health care facility.
Look, I'm not trying to call out Mrs. Jared in like a negative way, but I'm just saying she did aware that she shares a space with other people. I did it in my bedroom where I did not share a space with anybody. So
it's just shared the bills, and so you're paying for a bathroom that you're not using. I'll just use my trash can. Fuck off. I'm not gonna bitch off the toilet and pee on it. I'll pee on the bitch just sitting on the toilet.
I used to do that to her when we shared a bathroom. In this house, we didn't share a bathroom.
So that's even less than a reason to use your fucking trash can.
Well, she had the bigger bedroom, so her bathroom was in her bedroom. I have to like leave and go across the hall. So we don't want to get on that topic, trust me. Apparently, I talk about it too much, according to my mother. And a lot of other people, apparently. Jared says he was just pre-warming the seat. Yeah, with a nice odor, too.
Oh, yeah, I can't do it because then, like, if I walk into a freshly, pooed in bathroom, I feel like the fecal matter is still in the air, and that's what I'm breathing in. Like, your poo is in my mouth. It freaks me the fuck out. Can't do it. Can't do it.
Okay, Keith says PDA equals public display of affection, correct?
Yes. Yes.
So what's your opinion, Keith? Was it Keith or Kevin? I'm already forgetting. Sorry. I've been drinking, so To be fair, I don't remember half of my actual friends' names. I'm just like, you know, hey Phil, what's going on? He's like, my name's Tom.
Yeah, when
Don't get into semantics with me.
When
Okay.
I remember somebody's name, I'm like, Bob. And they're like, Bob? I'm like, it's my favorite go-to name. You know? Bob.
See, it's Steve with me.
And Bob.
I'm like, whatever, your name's Steve now.
There was a guy that I knew that was named Steve. And I knew his name was Steve. But for some reason, I'm like, no, your name will be Bob from this point forward. So every time I saw him, in fact, I saw him so much and around so many of his friends and family, that every time I said, Bob, where's Bob? They're like, oh, he's out. You know, he's at the gas station. He'll be right back. They knew who the fuck I was talking about because I used it that much.
Yeah, it's like your name at you know, my family's house. If I say it around, you know, your friends, they're like, who?
Yeah.
Because, you know, yeah, she has a different name at my family's house.
Unfortunately.
I love when I was talking to what's his face, Jake, and he's like, what do you mean Spaz isn't her real name? I was like, are you kidding me, bro?
That's the only name people need to know. Ever. Ever.
Mrs. Jared says, I took the trash out after using it.
Well, I would fucking hope so. And I hope you use some Clorox in there and just pour it in and spray it down.
Lysol, baby. You just spray it in there. And Kevin says, oh, Kevin. What does your shirt say? By the way, I'm Kevin from Las Vegas. Oh, he's a first-time viewer.
Well,
He wants us to, you know, be easy on him.
I'm not easy on anybody, baby.
Yeah.
Have
You're
I
in the
said
wrong place.
roll top, motherfuckers? Yesterday, or last
Are
week.
you repping Alabama?
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
I just want to wear my Get Bent.
I'm like, response, no.
God, the Get Bent shirt is awesome. Because there's a bar that's on the way from my old house, on the way to Clarksville, Tennessee. And it's the Bent Wrench. And so they made koozies and
I
hats.
saw that last time I was coming back from North Carolina.
Yeah. And so their front of the shirt say Get Bent. Their bumper stickers say Get Bent, and then it says, you know, the Bent Wrench Bar, blah blah blah. But this was, or the bumper sticker says, I got bent face at the shit wrench. So, but this
we have to go there then.
Oh, it was amazing because this place was such.
Kidnap Mrs. Jared.
I had not ever been to a bar that you can bring your own bottle of liquor, and you paid $10 for cups, ice, and the mixers all night long. Just $10.
Oh,
You
wow.
can bring a fucking bottle of Captain and pay $10 at this bar where all your friends are drinking beer, and you're good for the night. For the night. They also have a challenge that you have to stay on the property as long as possible. And if you do, Rob will be able to tell me when he comes back in. Hey, what's the challenge if you stay on the property?
You got to beat the reigning champion, which right now we figured out if we stayed after work on Friday till Sunday night, we would win.
What do you get there?
We get to one class.
Yeah. So, like, the longer you can stay on this property and beat the guy or the girl that stayed before, like, I mean, coming in the bar, staying in the parking lot at night, like overnight, and being in the bar the next day and staying in the parking lot overnight, you get your name on a plaque and everybody wants to beat it.
So wait, I can sleep it off in my car and then go back to drinking?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
do they have food?
Yes. Delicious food. They do homemade pizzas and shit.
Oh my God, I love pizza when I'm drinking.
The first time I went, I'm like, holy fuck, this is amazing. Because you wouldn't know it was there. There's nothing else.
Yeah, I remember signs, or there was a sign or something for it when I was coming back last time from North Carolina. I got to go to Duke University, so I got a shirt. Everybody's like, "You went to Duke?" I'm like, "Yup."
Yep. I mean, there's nothing.
I didn't actually go. I just harassed the students. I was hanging out with my godmother who was working there at the time.
In the parking lot, there's nothing else around. There's no businesses. It's not in the city. It's in the country.
Challenge fucking accepted. Next time I'm in Tennessee, let's do it.
Yeah.
That's
I told
summer, baby.
I was like, so long as I've got everything I need for fucking hanging out at night and getting some good rest, fuck yeah.
This is sad. I just finished the first glass, and we've been on the air for almost an hour.
I'm on my third.
Well, I don't see. I'm bad about like when I'm talking.
This bad
I
boy,
don't drink as much.
this bad boy is 32 fucking ounces.
So, Jared is excited about Kevin being joining us. I think he hopes he joins us every week because he's all fresh fish.
Well, last week we had a fresh guy. What was his name? Gary? Was that his name?
Oh yeah. So Gary, you guys, not to get off topic because we never do that. Has a podcast. I'm trying to get this was a stupid idea to put the ice in it. Okay, I get dumb ideas because now it's all frozen together. And I can't get the fucking ice out, and nothing's coming out but water. It's melted. Where's my pan?
Just that's what made a cooler.
I need a knife. Fuck. Okay. I'm getting shit under control. Just bear with me. Kevin, what are you drinking since, you're talking to us now? And anybody else that's watching, what are y'all drinking while I wrestle with this? I like the drinks cold.
You could have just poured the alcohol in that bottle and drank out of that.
Look. Don't confuse my little woman mind with shit like that, okay? All my dad does, he's about to be 76. It's like, women are so stupid, blah, blah, blah. So it's like every opportunity I get, I exploit the shit out of it. It's like, why didn't you do this? I was like, I couldn't handle it. I'm just too stupid to do it because I'm a woman. It's like, having a good time. That's all you can do. That's all you can. He's 76. He's not going to change.
No, that motherfucker's going to be 70.
He was never really like that. He was always very he still is. He's very pro women. He thinks women should I don't want to say feminist, okay, because I don't think that qualifies, because he's in the same school of thought as me. He does not think that men and women should be equal because, I'm sorry, I don't want to be equal with a man. Okay? They're all,
I'm not
even like men make more, get more opportunities, and then men are all, I gotta pay her, for every kid we have, and if we get divorced, she gets half my shit, and I always have to buy them stuff. So it's like,
that's
you know what?
That's the thing. I am not for equal rights.
I would rather be bought stuff than be buying stuff. Somebody else. So.
I don't want to be equal. I don't want to be equal to men. I want to be superior. Oh!
Yes!
Power of the bee, baby. Power of the bee.
Oh, yeah. No. My dad is the one that says that if women ran the world, there'd probably be very little war.
Now, see, wait. I'm conflicted on that. Is he calling women pussies, or is he calling them, smarter than?
He's saying we can work shit out better, because men are like, all right, think about this. How often do you see a bar fight break out between two men versus two women? Like 90% of the time, it's men.
It depends on the bar.
Look, we are taking bars where mostly heterosexual people go, because you can't have 90% women there.
I'm not saying lesbian bars, but dude, hang out with the crew that I know and piss the chick off. Give her a funny look. Knock her drink over, and a fist is going to fly before she has the moment to go, why did you do that? Was that an accident? No. Bitch, I'm swinging. That drink was $4.50. Fuck off. Because women understand the balance of their accounts and what money they have to spend at a bar. I don't. I just know I'm in a bar. If I need a refill, give me a new drink. I'll worry about the account balance later. Someone just thought that I went so over that internet.
I know. I'm so thankful I have somebody right now that thinks I'm funny enough that he's gonna buy me booze every week for the show. So I'll keep doing the show. I'll still keep doing it. I just have to you know,
I picked up
over and
a second job 2 days a week, and that has made a immense change in whether or not I have almost a full baller captain or I'm down to like here and I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So it definitely helps. But I'm earning it.
okay, Jared says make your drink in the what bottle? I don't. That's a Camelback, dude. I don't.
That looks like a fucking sippy cup.
It's,
But
it's an adult sippy cup.
Yeah, but he was on the same.
I actually didn't even buy this for like hiking for myself. I bought it to carry water like in for making formula.
But he's making the same point I was. The ice was already in there, so make it in that.
No, I like my cocktails made in cups. Proper-ish cups. We've all seen how I drink the champagne.
That looks like a cup to me. Like
so Jared says roll tide. And Kevin says, we have a few of these, hold on. I'm drinking a Fat Tire Ale. Catch up, buddy. We are way ahead of you. You need to get to our level. Well, at least my level, because I think she's had way more than me. And so we can really get talking about this, how everybody feels about PDA. You know, also, my mom says I'm an enabler and a pusher. I like people to drink. I don't do it with drugs, but with alcohol, absolutely. And then, oh, Gary's here. Yay! We're just talking about you, Gary.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was where I got sidetracked.
I want to talk about this podcast thing. I have no idea what the fuck that is. Supposedly we talked about it last week, and of course, I don't remember that.
I'll talk about that in a sec. He says, what's up, ladies? Just checking in. Can't drink with y'all, but I'll have a Coke and pretend. Well, you're in California.
Why can't you
have legal drugs, right? That's legal in California, right? I don't know. No, wait, maybe not. You have anxiety, I'm sure, or like, you know, glaucoma. Could be legal for you. So yeah, anyway, what was I gonna say? Gary has a podcast called No Talent Required. If you Google it, it comes right up. So
podcast.
Oh yeah. If anybody watched the show last week, that was fun. She just doesn't even remember it. I would like start texting her about it, and she's like, "What are you talking about?" I have to refresh her whole memory of the whole thing. Like, I could have just had her watch the show because it took me just as long as our 2.5-hour show to fucking explain it to her. Maybe longer.
So is it essentially the same thing as this?
Well, sort of, except it's not visual. It's like a radio show on the internet. But they do theirs pre-recorded. They don't do theirs live.
So they get the chance to edit the dumb shit.
Yeah. And Gary's going to be on our show 2 weeks from tonight.
Okay.
I told him, although we don't edit shit.
No.
You get drunk and say dumbass shit.
And we have to live with it. We have
Except we said some really bad stuff.
Yeah. Except that I don't really have to live with it because I don't remember what I say. So.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't remember a whole lot. There's certain things I'll remember. And then our producer, Kate, will refresh my memory of other things. Like the time I like challenged Kim Kardashian to our Armenian food cook-off. I still don't remember that. I still stand behind it.
Yeah, but she got
I don't remember it.
she got on me. She was like, you know, you can't say the Asians. She was like, that's racist. And I'm like, but it's true. Like, I don't understand what any of them are saying. So it's Asian. It's that is not appropriate. And I'm like, I don't say
it's a Travel Channel or some shit.
I don't say appropriate things. Hence why it's live.
Yeah, I'm easily offended. This is not the place for you.
No. I mean, you got to be lighthearted because Anybody can come at me with anything, and I'm not going to get fucking offended. I'm not, because everybody deserves their own fucking opinion. They're all right to say whatever the fuck they want, because God knows I'll fucking do. Like, I don't hold anything back. I think that everybody should be able to say what the fuck they want to say, and people can take it how they want to take it. If they don't like it, then by all means, don't fucking listen. It's that fucking simple, because if I don't like something that I'm reading, guess what? I stop fucking reading it. If I don't like something I'm watching, I fucking stop watching it. You have the power. You have the control. Jackasses.
I forgot what we were talking about.
Podcast.
What?
See, I may not remember this tomorrow, but I know what we're talking about.
Right. Oh, our show. Okay, I get it. I was like, started thinking about it, and then I was like, I got sidetracked, and I was like, what is she talking about? Okay, Gary's, I like this.
I can't do the hair thing anymore.
Oh, shit, I just got what Mrs. Jarrett's message is about. Oh.
What?
I'm such an idiot. Anyway, Gary says a weekly segment is now you explaining what a podcast is.
Fuck off, Gary. Fuck off.
I even sent her like the Wikipedia page and made her read it and everything. She's
I don't have time to read. I have time to drink and work. That's what I do.
Gary says he assumes I'll be drinking when I do his show. Yeah. I plan on it.
Like, is that not allowed or something?
Oh, he's going. So bye. We'll plug you a little bit more. So you know. And then Jared says that's why you should play more baseball. Mrs. Jared sent me a message earlier, and I was like, she's like something about playing baseball all day, and I don't know why I thought like legit she was going outside playing baseball. I was the one that came up with it. It's like,
especially if you can't remember.
I have to go renew my card. So
Oh, yeah.
and that's expensive. So I'm taking donations
to play baseball.
Yeah. Kevin says he disagrees that women fight as much or more than men, but not to the same level.
But see, I disagree. I'm on the same page as what Kevin is.
No, think about it. Two women get in a fight, and they just stop speaking to you. I'm never speaking to that bitch again. No, I don't want to hear her name. I don't want to see her face. I'm erasing her from every piece of social media. Think about that as two countries, okay?
See, I'm on a totally different page. When I think about two women fighting, I'm not talking about two friends. I'm not talking about two women that know each other. I'm talking about a woman looked at me cross, and I looked back at her cross. It's on.
Okay, but I'm saying if women ruled the world. So women essentially are the countries instead of men, which is what it is now. Men are the countries. So this guy in, you know, I don't want to pick a country and offend somebody. So, all right, countries I don't give a shit about offending because I'm Armenian. Some, like, asshole in Turkey, you know, looks at some guy in, like, Saudi Arabia and is like, walking by like, motherfucker, you know, unless are they running the country? Then obviously if they get into a fight, those guys are gonna be like, oh hell no, and he's gonna go get his fucking army to go against that guy's fucking army and like invading shit. Whereas if two women get into a fight, you know, about their countries doing what I don't even know what the fuck they fight over, and really, you know, they're just gonna be like, no, we're not importing any of their stuff, we're never speaking to them again. No. Mm-mm. I don't even want people visiting their pages on social media. Yeah. If you live in our country, no, you cannot visit their page. You can't know anything about them. You can't talk about it.
You don't need to import their rice.
Reason.
Some rice fields in the fucking United States and start setting up sprinkler systems to make that shit happen. We don't need rice. We'll fucking make it our own. Come on. Women,
don't be starting fights with them Asians.
There's plenty of them.
You can't understand what they're saying to you, girl.
You don't need to. You don't need.
Nobody's just tuning in right now because that makes me look like the racist.
I'm not usually racist. It's just there are some things that come out of my mouth that sound bad and worse than what they are. But that's like women can hold grudges. Wait.
But you know what? It's not like, it's only like if one of them goes to the other one's turf, which is so unlikely to happen because women will go to great lengths to avoid that, you know. But let's say it does happen by accident. It's not going to be a war. I mean, do you watch The Real Housewives of like New Jersey or Beverly Hills or Orlando or, you know, Kansas City?
No.
These bitches, they just sit there and talk shit.
Wait. You are basing the idea of a woman running the country off of Real Housewives.
No.
See, this is half the problem why the power of the bee does not have the power that it should have. Because
I'm not saying all women because, frankly, I think if Hillary Clinton was president, and I'm not saying I'm for her or I'm not saying I'm against her.
That would be a fucking horrible idea.
I think, like, if she had had some of the problems, like, Obama, like, had, like, I'm trying to remember some shit that's happened, but so much has happened recently. What was it in, not Egypt. I don't know, what are those fucking countries over there? And then, like, maybe it was Egypt. I'm not really sure. Somalia. No, that's not it. Syria. I don't know. Anyway, she probably just would have gone over there and bombed the shit out and been like, dinner? Dinner, anyone? You know, like, she's just like, boom, move on. She's not a Democrat in that way.
Now, I will say what divides several things when you think about a woman being in charge of a country is most countries had to have backings from other countries. So if we implore the power of a woman,
I think they do that more. They started out doing that more to encourage trade.
Wait. If we implore the power of our country into the woman's hands, even if she is more than qualified from any other man's standpoint during the presidency run, if other countries don't support women and we make one in charge of our shit, they're not going to take our country serious anymore. Because you have to admit, there are several countries that we rely on that don't have that same viewing of equal rights and stuff like that, and we will lose that backing. And
you're talking about oil. We actually have enough oil to last our country like 500 years.
It's not just about stuff like that. It's about terrorism. If somebody attacks us, we still have to know who's an ally and who is not. And you can lose something that fast.
Okay. I think we got sidetracked. We need to bring it back around.
Like, that's a serious issue. Like,
no, I think one of the problems is that women, though, they're reacting to a man's world. I think what my father was saying is that if women were all in charge,
I don't know what would happen.
They'd get along a lot better.
Until that 1 week of fucking month. And
because,
then,
you know, women eventually, they're like, I mean, I know I do this. I'm like, damn, I really feel bad, you know, like about that time that Matt and I got super drunk and pissed Jody off, like my girlfriend Jody, not my guy friend Jody, so bad. She hasn't talked to me since. And that was like in 2009. I still feel bad about that. Like, I should seriously apologize. I feel bad, you know, because I'm like, first, you know, I'm like, whatever, bitch can't handle me drinking. She shouldn't be my friend, you know? And then, you know, as the time goes by, you know, you work through it. Men don't work through that shit. They're just like, fuck him, I'm never speaking to him again. And then they don't. And 50 years goes by, and one of them dies, and the other one's like,
I'm pretty sure men...
No bitch died. Good.
I am pretty sure men have worked through things the same way women do, just in a political standpoint, because we have allies now that we didn't before a few years back. I don't know if everybody remembers the bombing shit going on, but
I'll bet there was women behind that. They were out having tea or mimosas, like, let's work this out.
Look, you have to stop watching Real Housewives. Like, just
Yeah,
stop.
I don't watch that show.
Mimosas, that's what they were doing. They're out solving the world's issues by drinking mimosas, and somebody said, let's get our husbands together for a play date, and let's fix this. Stop it. No more Real Housewives. Like, those people don't matter in the world at all.
I think that, you know, women are behind the fixes. Because men are stubborn.
But my question is it better to leave that type of thing in the background?
Well, I mean, I know a lot of people would stop making a lot of money if war was to just go away.
I mean, I'm that type of person because I'm all about women and
because I'm not an investor, I don't care.
But I am definitely caught on the fence. If you make that type of move, what do we lose? What do we gain? Is it worth it? Is it not? Like, I would love to see that change. I would. But at the same time, I would be terrified of that change.
Yeah, well, I doubt we're going to see it in our lifetime. So I say we just keep drinking. And
that's fine because things happen for, you know, an absolute reason. And there are ways, I don't know how to describe it. Like, I would love to see something like that happen in my lifetime, but I'm not sure any of us are ready for that to actually happen now.
You know what else I'm not ready for? Aliens making contact. Everybody, like, I watch a lot of sci-fi stuff, and everybody's like, no, that'd be so cool. And I'm like, my brain could not handle it.
Are you sure? Are you sure you haven't played baseball today?
No, it's in the freezer. I'm waiting. Oh, I have a plan for what I have left, which is very little. And then, yeah, I have to figure out something to get my card.
So long, is this not the brownies you made for me one time that you forgot to strain the butter?
Don't ever get drunk and make pot brownies.
Don't do it. Baseball brownies. Baseball brownies. Strain the fucking butter. Because otherwise you're chewing and chewing and chewing. You're like, what the fuck is that? Is that grass?
Apparently, I'm just getting to know my cousin. Not just getting to. I've been for a few years, but I didn't grow up with her. A cousin of mine. I don't know if she wants me to say her name on air, but you know,
Bob. Call her Bob.
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 I can't think of a good. Every name I come up with is actually somebody I'm related to. So it's not
Bob. God damn it! Nobody knows a Bob.
Actually, I have a brother, Bob.
Well, we're not talking about Bob. We're talking about this one.
Anyway, she makes excellent pot brownies. I mean, baseball brownies. And yeah, so I'm just like, you should come visit.
Can I get a gift basket? Yeah, because you can ship food. Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, but that's transporting drugs across state lines.
Not if there's no drugs in it. Because most people know to fucking strain the butter. My first experience ever with baseball brownies, this bitch is tanked. And she's like, oh my God, I got something for you. Have to do it. Have to do it. Have to do it. And I'm like, okay. You know, because I trusted her at that time.
Yeah, I use like 2 pounds of butter too.
I'm sitting there and I'm taking a bite of this brownie, and at first, because it's a fudge topping type, I'm like, oh, that's good, and I'm chewing. And 5 minutes later, I'm still chewing on something in between. I'm like, what is this? And she's chewing too, and she's like, oh, I forgot a step. She goes, I forgot to drain the butter or strain the butter, and I'm like, what does that mean? And she's like,
yeah, that's a very important step.
There's baseball in the brownies. I'm like, wasn't that the point? And she goes, no, it's actually in the brownies. Say I didn't eat anymore because I, you know, was taking a toothpick to my teeth for like 2 days.
But you were really strong. Oh my God, yeah. I think we ate like half of them. We eventually ate half of them, and then I think we just threw them away.
That Italian delivery place loved us that night. 120.
They loved us that whole weekend.
Yeah.
Well, okay, we have some stuff here. Kevin says, sorry, being pulled away. I will be ready next week to participate. Thanks and have fun. Oh, well, I think he's probably already gone, but he better be ready. Kevin. I may call you Keith and forget, but you'll know. Gary says, oh, drinking is allowed. Yeah, but is it encouraged is what I want to know.
So long as it's allowed. Who cares? Who cares if it's encouraged? So long as it's allowed, I don't give a fuck who encourages it. I'm doing it anyway.
No, I feel like I should be encouraged to get drunk and go on your show. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
did I mention that?
Well, really, he did. He did kind of encourage you because he told you it was allowed. There you go. There's your encouragement.
All right. Well, yeah, I don't like I need it. But yeah, so I'm going to be on his podcast next week. So I'll share the link when it airs because they don't do it live. I'm like, all right, that's free pass for me. So, and then he's going to be on our show in 2 weeks. So
I got to remember that.
And,
how's that going to work?
Huh?
How's that going to work?
I've never, you know what? I've never done a Google Hangout with 3 people. We'll have to test it out with Kate before we do it with Gary so we don't look like total assholes.
Well, that and because mine doesn't do the same as yours. It doesn't bounce back and forth. You're always on the screen.
I wonder if that's a setting. Maybe I'll sign into your account or something and see if I can figure it out later.
Okay.
Okay. So Jared says, I'm wondering what the hell we were talking about. We're talking about the Real Housewives, I think. I'm picturing y'all in prairie dresses with your hair up in buns.
My hair's undone right now. But I can't say much for a prairie dress. Come on. I'm not a dress person.
And then, see, Jared's team Heather says, if I go back home, apparently Tennessee is home. Sure. He'll always play ball with friends. Yeah. Definitely. Well, I am coming home the end of the summer, I think. Gotta go get my other car because I'm tired of driving this asshole all over the place. That was not a thought out plan.
Yeah, but you didn't really have the time to plan it out.
My father's like, no, you can't use my car. The fuck? My car's way nicer. The hell do you care? It's like the only nice thing I own. So yeah, and we're taking cameras. We're bringing our producer. We're going to that place, that ranch place, that Bent Ranch, and we're doing it. We're doing it. I'm bringing a pillow and a sleeping bag.
It is not ranch. It is wrench. Like, working on a car. Wrench. Bent wrench.
And Jared says, you get Harriet Tubman in the $20 bill. What more do you want? What? Look, if I had a $20 bill, I would actually check this, but I do not. I'm like, I just got to take your word for it. I thought Jackson was on the $20 bill.
I don't fucking know.
Because, like, a lot of times when you go to Indian casinos, they won't take 20 because Andrew Jackson's on him. He's a douche. Anyway, moving along, back to PDA.
Oh.
That nobody else is talking about.
Just, we left it like 40 minutes ago.
Well, I still have more to drink.
What?
I still have more of this to drink.
I've got a bunch to drink. I don't plan on stopping until I pass out. Because that's what I do.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Check it out. 4:30 in the morning.
We have that Norwegian fan, Boozhound. Look what he sent me.
Candy?
Remember on Valentine's Day when I was like, don't fuck with me. You better make good on your promise and send me chocolate?
Yeah.
He sent me chocolate.
What?
I was so excited. It's like, I want to save the wrapper. I don't know what any of it says because I don't speak Norwegian.
Speaking of that, did you move our PO box?
Did I move it? No, it's being forwarded.
Okay.
I paid for like a year in advance. So, well, I know the
So what the fuck is that?
holy crap, the calories in this whole bar. I'm not gonna eat the whole bar. So, wait. One of these came first. Jared says it's been on the news.
I don't
What
watch
we're talking about.
I don't watch the news, so I don't know what he's talking about.
He says, I want to do my wife in the J.C. Penney bedding department.
Apparently that was what was on the news.
Why J.C. Penney? Is there a particular reason you have J.C. Penney? Can it be any department store? Try to open this without fucking up the wrapper because I want to keep it.
Well, maybe
What
that's,
does Norwegian chocolate taste like?
I don't know, but you're not eating on the show. We talked about that.
It's from a booze hound. So fuck you.
You can lick it. That's all you
You're
get.
just jealous because you don't have any.
That's what it is.
Uh-oh. We might lose 2 of our viewers. Mrs. Jared says, now that makes me Randy, Mr. Jared. I almost called her by her first name the other day. I was like, wait, no.
She's just scared. I like it. We decided that, what, like 6 fucking months ago? And that's what she did.
Before she was even on the show. Oh, look at that. It's got something in it.
But
Rice
you don't know what it is?
Oh, shit.
You don't know what you did, and you're going to put it in your mouth.
Uh-huh.
We talked about eating on the show. We talked about this.
You and Joyce. Oh. Holy crap. This is delicious. It's like salted Rice Krispies or something.
So what's the calories in the whole fucking bar?
Like 2,300.
Oh, shit. What's the serving size?
I don't know if I can figure that out. There's 25 servings.
And you just take 4. You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm not gonna eat the whole thing, obviously.
No, but
Oh
apparently...
my god, that is so good. I have to put some of this in like a freezer bag, freeze it, and then send it to you. Oh my god. This is so fucking good. Holy crap. You have to have some of this. This is so good.
You know I'm not a big candy fan.
Oh man. No, this is really good.
If you say
Jared says that JCPenney is more like home and Macy's is too fancy.
I agree on the Macy's thing. Like,
I love Macy's. I wish Chattanooga had a Macy's.
dude, one of my friends, you're not in Chattanooga, so you're welcome. One of my friends, like, she'll go to Macy's all the time. I'm like, oh, I would too if I had the name. She's like, oh, no. Like, you can find great deals. You just got to go at certain times, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, but I feel like if I look at the way I do going to Macy's, they're like, that bitch is stealing from us. Like, I'm not showing up in fucking dress and heels and shit to go shopping. I'm showing up in sweats, flip-flops, tank tops, whatever. But Macy's definitely feels super expensive to me. Super expensive.
You'd be fine out west.
Yeah, apparently it's not that big of a deal considering like the quality of the things they offer. Like apparently the Macy's that is all of 5 minutes away from me now, from where we live now, is considering on moving because their store is just not doing what they want. And I'm like, that's because they want too much in the area they're in. Like, come on. Rivergate doesn't have that much to offer to every food chain you could possibly fucking imagine, which I love because, well, come on. I love food. Look at me. But I'm not going shopping.
Me too.
Huh?
Me too.
Yeah, like, I'm not going to, I just can't see that I go in there and they're like clearance. I'm like, oh, I can afford that. Their clearance section is more like Kohl's on the regular prices. Hey, look at
Joyce
me.
and I have found some amazing clearance items at
If
Macy's.
you're eating, you now have chocolate right here. Right?
Really?
Stop fucking eating on the show.
I had to have one more. Oh my god, you guys, Norwegian chocolate is so good.
You ate like 1,000 calories.
Or it's got like this salt in it or something. So it's like the salt with the crunchy with the chocolate or crispy. It's crispy, not crunchy. Oh my god. So good.
What
So
crispy?
Jared says it's probably a razor blade. No, it's crispy. Razor blades. More of, they've got a definite bite to them. And then Jared says, Sears is good enough for me. It's more like Kmart. Well, Sears owns Kmart, so there you go.
Dude, I went to a Kmart.
Macy's is the Target of department store.
I like Target.
Well, like Macy's and Dillard's.
I recently
Well, Dillard's closed, but
I recently went to a Kmart because it's, again, like where I'm at. I'm super excited where I'm at because everything is like right here. And compared to where I was living out in the sticks, it was like a half-hour drive to anything. So it'd be a day trip to fucking Walmart, like pack a cooler and shit. So we went to Kmart a couple weeks ago, like just to grab some cleaning supplies for the new house. And next thing I knew, like my cart maybe had 15 items in it. I spent like $130. And I'm going, Kmart used to be cheap. It's not, because the reason they're not cheap anymore is because they're going out of business and they're raising everything by hoping that for convenience, because it's right on this big strip in this one city, that you don't have to go to Walmart, but you can come to Kmart and pay double. But you get points. You get 3 cents off a gallon at BP. Woo! I don't go to BP, motherfuckers, because BP sucks. Hello, Gulf Shores.
well, Kmart's been going out of business for like 10, 12 years. I don't even know, maybe 15.
I don't think this was going out of business.
All the time. I don't know how they're still open, honestly. And yeah, I've shopped at them a few times, and every time they're super expensive. And I'm just like,
I mean, you can find one thing here or there that really works, like those big skulls. You know how, like, at the old house, I had that one that was right there. Like, that came out during Halloween, and they were, you know, $40 a piece, and I had to get 2 because they were porcelain, and they're goddamn 2.5 feet tall, 1.5 feet wide. Loved it. Nobody else carried something like that. But they're definitely, Kmart is definitely one of those hit and misses. But I can find a whole lot more at Sears than what I can at fucking Kmart, because not everything's made out of particle board at Sears. You can actually get good appliances and things like that.
you know, I don't know. I have a beef with Sears, so
Do what?
I hate Sears.
I don't really go to them because they're kind of going out too now that all these other corporations kind of stepped in. But there's a Sears outlet that I'm just like, I keep eyeballing. I'm like, yeah, if I need a dishwasher, if I need
There was one by my house in Chattanooga, and I'll tell you, I never found a good deal there. I ended up getting a better deal on something new at Home Depot. It wasn't damaged.
Yeah.
Jared says Kmart has been going out of business since the 80s. I know. How are they still in business? I mean, I know when Sears bought them, some of the Kmarts became Sears Essentials, which was horrible.
That I remember being a kid, and my grandma would take me to a Kmart, and they would have fresh popcorn and polar ice, like the slushy, but there would be this big polar bear spinning around on a straw. And
Well, Target gives you popcorn.
Kmart. But there was no Walmarts during that time either. Like, there was not a single one that we had ever known, because where I lived, like, Walmart didn't exist yet. Kmart was your Walmart. But fresh popcorn all day, like, it's popping while you're waiting in line going, I need a bag of that, and I need one of those fucking polar ices. That's what I needed in my life as a kid. I didn't give a fuck what grandma was going to the store for. I'm like,
Yeah, I need it as an adult.
I want to go.
Jared says Amazon and Walmart will be our new masters. I hate Walmart. I hate Walmart so much. Amazon, I
I'm
love.
stuck with the Walmart thing because it is so much more convenient to go somewhere and get everything you need. But at the same
Sound like my mother.
No, but at the same time, I am more of a price reader, like the price for an ounce, the price for an item, instead of just the big tag price. Like if something says $5.97, I'm gonna read how many cents for an ounce or how many cents for a sheet, because there's some things that it makes more sense to buy smaller but double, because you'll end up paying less but getting more. So it's just, do you have time to shop? If you have time to shop, you can save a whole lot more money than going to these big places like Walmart and stuff like that, because first off, their produce sucks. It doesn't last. Their fruit's okay, but their vegetables,
And they never have organic.
4 days. Well, I don't know a lot of people that go to the grocery store every 3 to 4 days. Usually it's about once a week. But after 4 days, your shit starts going bad and you can't use it anymore.
Yeah, I go every couple of days. I'm pretty bad about it.
No, I mean, I would love to if I had that time. I just really don't, between both jobs and just having a little bit of downtime, having this. Like,
Well, I'm going usually at like 10 o'clock at night. That's when I go to the grocery store.
I sleep at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. The other night I was up at 11 and I had life when I went to work.
I was like, wow, why is she texting me? It's like 11 o'clock there.
Yeah. And I get up at 3:30 my time. So
Jared said that the Kmart's in Chattanooga when he was a kid had delis in them.
What?
Yeah, I've never seen that.
Never seen a deli in a Kmart. Not fucking.
That's, oh man, no. I've never seen that.
They used to have a lot of those claw machines, like the vending machines where you try to get stuff, but.
Oh, yeah. My brother's a fan of those. Oh my, she left me again. Damn it, she broke the seal. That's what's happening. I should have eaten something today. Why do I do that every Boozefest? Every Wednesday. It's like, you know, I should eat something substantial, and then I forget to eat all day, and then I just sit there drinking. I haven't even drank that much. I've had like, I guess if you add it up, like a full glass of rum. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, Mrs. Jared says, I love Aldi. We would starve if not for them.
I'm a fan of some of the stuff from Aldi. Like, dude, their produce at the price, if you plan on cooking it within 2 days.
Where?
Aldi's.
Oh.
Not everywhere, but think about places like Anderson's, Save-A-Lot, stuff like that. But they actually offer a better produce section. I haven't really tried a lot of their meats, only because I don't know much about those types of brands. But absolutely, their packaged goods, their fucking produce, good if you want it for a couple of days. But that's the same thing with Kroger compared to places like Publix. Publix, yeah, you may pay a little bit more, but you can stock up, and that shit's good for at least 7 days fresh. Fresh. You don't have to worry about anything wrinkling or going bad or molding, because we grill a lot. So having all these fresh things in the house is what I have to do. So if I'm going out, I love Aldi's too. Like that 25-cent quarter, like this is the place that you have to return a quart and you get your quarter back. Because they don't have cart returns. Like you put it in and you hook a chain up to it, and that just keeps them out of their parking lot. You put 25 cents in, and when you put this quarter in, this chain unhooks from the cart. And then you go into the store. And
Well,
then
I think because they're a European chain, and over there, If you want a cart, you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
If you don't bring your own bags, you have to pay for bags.
Is you have to bring your own bags, or you can pay for bags. It could be 10 cents for a paper brown bag, but it's a big bag and it's super durable. Or they offer freezer bags, like cold bags. Then they offer fabric bags that you just bring back in the next day. It can be plastic bags if you have them, but they don't offer that. So I like it because there are certain things like olive oil. They actually carry really good brands, and it's little stuff like that. That if you have the time to shop and you don't want to do all your one-stop shop, you can literally weed out Walmart, because Walmart is killing so many small businesses. It's not even funny.
Yeah, but I mean, like half the stuff I get at Walmart, I can get cheaper somewhere else, and they don't. Yeah, their produce sucks. Their meat, I refuse to buy meat anymore because I get home and I go to cook it the next day and it's bad.
The one thing
The fridge stinks.
Meat is their ground beef. It has to be like the fresh packaged ground beef. I haven't had any problems with it. Their fresh chicken, no, it ain't fresh, homie.
I returned beef 3 times before I was like, fuck it, and went to Publix.
Some things aren't really worth the one-stop shop, because you end up paying for it, but you don't actually get to use it because it goes bad before you have the opportunity to use it. So places like
they don't have organic.
Places like totally worth it, because you may pay probably $1 more per item, but it lasts for 5 days more per item. I mean,
if I don't buy organic?
Huh?
You mean if I don't buy organic?
No, even that, like it's.
Because I'd rather have the organic.
But then, if people thought about it and they had the time, Publix does a lot of buy one get one free. Well, then they respect the coupons that come out, whether it be online or via your Sunday papers.
People think Publix is so expensive, but oh my God, I see so much money there.
And you put some effort in it. If you get 2 coupons and you're buying 2 items and one of them is buy one get one free, you get to use 2 coupons on the one item you're buying.
Yep.
That's where I get my olive oil. I buy Bertolli olive oil, the extra virgin olive oil. They get one buy one get one free, and then I have a coupon, $1 off of 1 bottle. So I end up paying for one item, but I save $1 on both because the other one's free. So it's little stuff like that, but you have to be organized. You have to put in the effort. You can't save money without trying, and everybody knows that. So everybody that talks about couponing and stuff like that, oh, it takes time. Well, do you want money? Because time is here. Like, you have the time, you just have to put it in.
It really doesn't take a lot of effort, honestly.
Dude, when I was
Jared says that they had a Hills department store. Did I read that right?
I've got an HG Hills, but it's a grocery store. Brock says that Hills department store is up north.
Interesting. Why isn't he going to Taco Bell?
Dude, so last week we ended our call, and I don't remember shit about that. So I just remember that I was sitting on the couch and I'm just shoveling Taco Bell in my mouth. So I go to work the next day and I'm like, all right, so there's a 50-50 shot that Rob's going to be pissed off at me or in a good mood. Because after weekly Boozefest, he's one or the other. Either I was an asshole or I was really good.
Does he listen to the show?
No. Like, I mean, he does sometimes when he's got the time, but anyway, so I'm at work, because I go in at 4:30. He shows up at like 7. And I told the person I was training at the time, I was like, I don't know if he's going to show up in a bad mood or a good mood, but I'm hoping for a good one. I was like, but I was drinking, I don't remember shit. So he shows up, and I'm like, so we had Taco Bell last night after the fucking weekly Boozefest last week. After weekly Boozefest, I had Taco Bell. He was like, yeah. He's like, you ended the call, and it's like, Taco Bell? Because, it's like 3 minutes away now. I was like, yeah. And he was like, we went together, and I'm like, we went, and he was like, we didn't just go together. You got off the call and was like, so I really want Taco Bell, and he's like, so I have to go to Taco Bell, and apparently I was like, well, I was thinking that we should go to Taco Bell. I volunteered to go, and I have no recollection of that except grubbing the fuck out and passing out. It's always mine.
You know what sucks is now I want to talk about. Okay, Jared says that Aldi is owned by Trader Joe's.
Yeah. There's a few of them.
They're a European company, though. They started in, like, Germany.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah. Why can't we just get one of them in Chattanooga? I don't know.
I know there's a Trader Joe's in Knoxville. You could always drive there.
You have one in Nashville. Oh, well, yeah, Knoxville is closer for them. But yeah, there's one in, never mind, I don't know. Google it.
Ooh, did you?
Oh my God. I love their pizzas.
Did you see the new article that Whole Foods is coming out with a cheaper, smaller branch
Yep.
for broke people? And I'm going, that's one way to advertise. Hey, poor people, come shop here.
Because because you can go to the regular stores now and get a lot of those items. But I still have to go to Whole Foods for a few items.
Dude, Whole Foods is amazing.
But it's like the list, it used to be a list like this long. And it's slowly been like this. And now my list is like 3 items, you know?
Because
So,
Whole Foods is really known for all of its organic stuff, including not just organic produce, like organic chicken broth and blah, blah, blah. Well, that's not something someone like me really cares about, but I love their variety of produce. Like, they have 12 different kinds of mushrooms, fresh fucking mushrooms, and you can bag them yourself. Instead of this little container, and you gotta pay $3.99.
you know what I saw at Trader Joe's the other day, which you never see in a regular supermarket, is purple carrots.
Yeah, white asparagus.
Oh, man. My mom loves white asparagus. You never. The only time, if you're lucky, you can find it in a jar.
Yeah. Me and my friend Steph, we were talking about the changes that the grocery stores are taking on for this healthy kick that most people are starting to get on. The fresher food, like the more raw, the more organic. So it's not just Publix, it's not just Whole Foods. Places like Kroger, there's a Kroger right up the road from me, and they're doing a whole rebuild to where they're going to be offering hot bars and a bigger deli, a bigger produce section, olive bars, where you can show up and get a fucking pound of olives fresh.
Love
They're
it.
marinated or stuffed with blue cheese, because that is what this generation is asking for now. They want the healthier stuff. They want the grillable stuff, the things that they.
Well, I think that it's just getting back to basics of who we are, you know?
Processed food, like all this canned processed ravioli is getting sent out the fucking door. We don't even want to give our kids that shit anymore. So you still see an incline on the produce price, but at the same time, at the end of the day, your body is thanking you. So most families are trying to take that in and going, okay, let's start budgeting more for the grocery and
Dude,
let's
you want to know something that blew my fucking mind last week? I got 5 pounds of potatoes, organic potatoes at Whole Foods for $3.97. My dad's like, that can't be right. He went over and asked a guy, like, is this right?
I'm like, fuck that. That should be at least $3 more. 5 pounds.
Yeah, and it was organic. Yeah, so we bought it back. We've been eating them all week.
As simple as a 5 pound of roasted non-organic potatoes are now $2.89 a pound. So you paid $1 more for organic.
I know. And the impressed when I got back this weekend.
Like, FDA is really putting their foot down. So in order for them to say organic, it's fucking got to be organic. There's no more beating around the bush anymore. So
my family, not me, but my family eats gluten-free. I eat the shit out of gluten. And gluten-free prices are coming down. So, you know. Jared wants to know, are we getting paid for the advertisement for Publix? Yeah, right.
When that happens, let me know.
Yeah, because we're what appeals to their fucking demographic.
I got $5 coupon for moving. For my next $20 purchase, I get $5 off. That's $15 in produce that I really get
one of those.
Produce.
Well, I mean, there's no Publix here, but I didn't get one for any supermarket. That's rude. I got one for like Home Depot. I don't fucking need appliances. I already have appliances.
Yeah, I've got like fucking 2 shelving units over here.
I need a light bulb, but that's not covered in the coupon. Jared says they've opened a new natural food store in Hickson. Oh my God. You know, before I knew I was moving, I was so excited about that because it's like right up Hickson. It's like between my house and my mom's house on Hickson Pike. So it was like I literally could stop there, go to my mom's, put it in her fridge, and then when I'm ready to leave, go home. I was so excited about it. She's going to check it out and let me know how it is. Because the trek to Whole Foods, and I don't, like, people started giving me shit because there's new mom parking, and they're like, your kid is like, you know, 23 pounds, you're not a new mom. And I'm like, it's new to me. I was going to milk that forever. Well, it also says expected, you know, so I'm just like, you know, puff my stomach out, maybe like stick something under there and be like, you don't know my life. This isn't all just fat.
I was gonna say, you can still be pregnant. They don't know.
Oh my God, I didn't gain like any weight in my pregnancy. And a week later, it was gone after I had my baby.
You can suck a bag of dicks. Fuck off.
Oh no, I have the glorious remnants of the C-section. I don't want to talk about this though. I want to talk about fun stuff, like not food because I'm starving because I didn't eat all day. I don't know why I do that. I need to like have an alarm every Wednesday morning that says get up and eat
like 1,000 calories off that candy bar. You tell me, hey,
not enough to soak up the booze. I need to like every Wednesday morning, I need to have like a fucking bagel. Okay? And then for lunch, I mean, because, you know, having 2 meals in a day for me is like, whoa, that's a lot.
It's like on Wednesdays, I eat nothing but proteins all day. I won't eat bread. I won't eat fried anything. It's just protein all day. But it allows me to get up on Thursday at 3:30 in the fucking morning and not feel like a total bag of shit.
Yeah, I need like potatoes. Yeah, I need beef. I need some kind of bread. Like
I've almost, other than my hangover days where I want tater tots, smothered in cheese and sausage, I've almost eliminated potatoes in my life. I can't tell you the last time I bought potatoes.
I'm really either way about potatoes, but everybody else in my family loves them.
Anything potatoes, I'm gonna fuck it up. I'm gonna fuck it up. I'm gonna shovel that shit right in my face.
I could go my whole life without ever having another French fry.
Fuck you.
I know it's not very Irish of me at all. If that's my Armenian coming out, I'm just like whatever. Oh, you have raw beef with cracker bread? Oh, okay. I'll eat that for like 12 days. I don't know, but yeah, like my whole family is like really in love with potatoes, so I'm just like, well, all right. So
I mean, that's one of my favorite foods.
I just put like paprika on it and I eat it.
I always got it to where I'm not eating it at all. So,
Bread's a killer. God, dude, we need to talk about something fucking more interesting than this.
Yeah, this is kind of boring.
This is texting conversation.
It's almost 8 o'clock. We need to call this shit a night.
Oh yeah, no, we need to cap this at 2 hours for real.
I told you.
For real.
Hour.
Jared has different plans than you and I. Where we think it's almost Taco Bell time. Because I'm about to like go fucking scrounge the sofa for change. Jared says it's almost time for sexy fun time. Ooh. No public displays of affection. Private displays of affection over there.
No. I'm sitting there going, maybe Taco Bell's out for the night. And care with that because some things are more important.
Well, see, it's like,
I say there's a lot of more things important to Taco Bell, but that sounds like a good time to me.
okay, well, where they are, it's almost 9 o'clock. Where you are, it's almost 8 o'clock. Here, it's almost 6 o'clock. So I have time for both. And a nap.
In a nap.
And a nap. Yeah. I'm going to get my nap today.
6 o'clock in the evening, you're going to take a nap.
Yeah.
And that's why you bitch because you're so fucking tired.
No, I try to take a nap every Boozefest. Like usually between 12 and 1. Sometimes it's 12 to 2, and then I wake up to angry texts from you.
Because you freak me out when you won't respond.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, today I like put my phone down to try to work on the laptop, and I could hear it buzzing. I was like, oh, shit. Mrs. Jared, I think this is directed at you, says they have a webcam. Weren't they supposed to send us a drunken video like 2 months ago?
So we're going to go ahead and call this night a night, and I'm going to go do something else. Just saying.
You can, if y'all want to post a live feed link on our website, you may certainly do that.
Hey, they could put an advertisement on there.
Yeah, y'all should get ads and charge money. Shit. I bet a lot of people on the Boozefest.
It's like, porn.com. That shit's free, but
Yeah.
those people get paid somehow if they get the ads on there.
Okay.
But I just don't know who pays for porn anymore. It's all free.
I thought that was the point of the internet. No, I mean, like, not porn, but like.
Oh, I'm all about the porn.
Well, they're
Yeah.
not porn. They're not porn stars. They're just like, I don't want to say regular people because that sounds bad when I say regular, but it's not meant to be that. Like, they're not porn stars. So I think that if I was like looking for something,
It's called
and I'm like, well, I can watch this like typical, it's like you can find 100,000 videos that are exactly the same for free, or I can pay a little bit and watch something like really interesting of real people.
That's where I beg to differ because I think every porn that you actually pay for, it's the same. It's the amateurs that change that shit up because they're not actually getting paid for it, so they don't have to do the faking bullshit. Like, they don't have to set up a plot and a ploy and the whole script. Fuck that. You know when something's fake. You know when something's real. I'd rather watch the real shit.
That's the thing. I think people would pay for that. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, that's my logic. Why would I pay for like this free shit? Because it's like, yeah, it's fake. And there's like 100,000 videos that are the exact fucking thing.
Porn.com is amateurs and professionals.
Also, I think that if I'm paying, I have less of a risk of getting a virus.
And on that one, I haven't had a single problem. First off, you can search what you like. You can search for certain videos of different types of things you like.
I have a Mac, so I really don't worry about viruses.
I don't worry about viruses either. I just don't. Yeah, I'm like, oh, I downloaded a certain porn. I'm sorry, it fucked up the whole computer.
Well, in fact, I will use your computer here to look it up. Sorry, you don't get a computer. I was looking at porn. I got this wicked virus, and the whole thing exploded.
One thing is, like, I'll plug my phone in at work to the desktop because, like, the outlets are fucked up in the store. The first thing I do, like, if I have to, when I plug my phone into our computer at work, it's like, do you want to upload all the videos and pictures? I'm like, no. I would hate to hit okay because everything would be loaded. And I'm like, oh, let's not do that. Like, all the web history would show up.
I was talking to, was it Kate? I don't know who I was talking to. I think it was her. And I'm like, so I said something about, I was like, oh no, I can't let people see my phone. Like, because it's password, and you have to like do the thumbprint or whatever, enter my password. So I'm not giving anybody because, you don't need to know what's on there. It's just like, I don't have that problem. He's got like 8 pictures on there. And I'm just like, who didn't take pictures or save shit or I don't know. Maybe it's me.
I'm not worried
Well,
about.
you know what? You know what? No, I know it's not me. Otherwise, Hollywood wouldn't have such a fucking problem with leaked pictures. So
Yeah,
it's
I
not just me.
don't have 8 pictures. I have like 8,000, and I'm like, maybe nobody else should see this. But
I'm constantly like, you are almost out of space on your phone. I'm like, shit.
what do I want to delete? Which angle do I want to take off?
Yeah, I wish I had the money for the cloud. I mean, because honestly, I don't give a shit if my shit's leaked as far as that goes. But I'm just like, I want to save them and back them up. I'm like backing up to Google right now. It's like,
The
this
fun
is
thing is like,
Jared
Rob-
says you can find anything you want on Reddit or Tumblr. I'm on Tumblr, and I have to say, for the last like 5-6 years, I have followed some pretty interesting feeds.
I've heard about Reddit, and I mean, I've heard about Tumblr, but I don't know anything about it.
I signed up for Reddit because it seems like everybody's on it, but I have not really done anything. I just signed up. That was all I did. So
The
maybe.
funny thing is, somebody on Facebook not too long ago posted, all right, I just need some feedback. What's the best free porn site? And I'm like, and there's like 25 fucking comments, and nobody posts this. I'm like, porn.com. Who knew it would be that fucking simple? And it's completely free. There's no credit card bullshit, and you can search, you can filter. It's amazing. I love it. Rob gets mad at me all the time because he'll grab my phone to pull up like Safari, because we both have iPhones, and he wants to search something because he's on his phone. So as soon as he opens Safari, I forgot to close out, and there's just vagina in his face. He's like, really? Really? What do you do all day? Don't you work? And I'm like, yeah. A little bit harder than others, apparently. I've just never seen an issue with like, I think everybody that's healthy should be able to enjoy themselves, and that's one of the ones. Like free porn, why not?
Well, I don't know. There's something to be said about like the short erotica stories because then you get to imagine. That's why I like radio shows versus TV shows. Well, I mean, they don't do radio shows anymore. They haven't done them since like the 50s, pretty much. That's pretty much when they died because TV came out. But I like being able to imagine it in my head. Like imagine what I want to imagine. Not being told what to imagine. I mean, there's no imagination if I'm watching it. So, just saying. Ooh, porn radio. That should be a thing.
I'm confused on the imagination. If that's the case, then why do you have the internet at all? Because you can just do it for yourself. I mean, my imagination is out
Well,
there.
like sometimes you can't get ideas. It's been a long day. I'm tired.
And that's where porn comes in. You don't have to have the idea. Somebody else has the idea for you.
Okay, you're not getting it. I can't believe you, of all people, wouldn't get this. Do you not listen to NPR, Jared says? Are there people doing it on NPR? No, I don't. Okay, this is when I hear it. I get in the car with my dad or I get in the car with Joyce. Those two fuckers are always listening to NPR, and I'm like, and it's always like some bullshit political crap, and I'm just like, I don't care.
I don't know what NPR is. What is that?
National Public Radio. It's on it's on FM, but it's like usually on one of the really low stations, like 88.3. And it's like talk, and they just talk about it's like.
I mean, I go to work so early.
I think Rush Limbaugh was on NPR, right? It's like stuff like that. It's just
My thing is, like, I gotta work so early. There's no radio being played. It's just talking. And that's fine because the one I listen to is like, they talk about anything and everything. Whatever's going on yesterday, the night before, or just if they saw something that pissed them off, they get to talk about it. Like, it was something as simple as over the weekend, that vet that broke the car window to save a dying dog, and he goes to jail, while the chick, the 22-year-old girl that was shopping, who had the windows rolled up and her tiny dog in the car, gets a $250 fine, but this vet that broke the window is facing a year in jail because he saved a dog. Because Georgia state law, you can't do that for an animal. Had it been a child, you could do it. And I'm going, I would have done the same fucking thing. He looked around like he was waiting. It took 20 minutes before he finally took his, first off, he's a vet. He worked, like, he was in the, I can't remember which, I think it was the Army, Desert Storm. Desert Storm. His wife has a wheelchair. She wasn't with him. Her wheelchair was in his vehicle. He took her wheelchair and smashed the fucking driver's side window to get
God.
and gave the dog water and shade and like cuddled it and made sure it was good. This 22-year-old bitch comes out. What the fuck are you doing? After he's underneath the tree feeding the dog water. So it
Where was it? What state was it?
Georgia.
Georgia.
Yes.
Really?
So he got like what is the
Dog is man's best friend. Come on now.
no, everybody's saying you should have called the authorities, and he was like, so what am I supposed to say? There's a dog locked in the car. How long is that going to take? He was like, I literally assessed the situation. This dog was dying. He was like, it was dying. He said, I watched it for 20 minutes and it was declining so fast. He was like, I'm looking around, I'm yelling at people. Nobody was willing to help. He's facing a year in jail while she's facing a $250 fine.
What are you in jail for? You killed the man. What are you in for?
Yeah.
I broke some bitch's window to save a dog's life.
Yeah, at the end of the day, let him pay the fine for breaking somebody's window. But he saved an animal's life because somebody was a jackass and doesn't give a fuck.
It's like Alice's restaurant.
Huh?
It's like Alice's restaurant.
I don't know what that is.
What? I'm emailing you.
Okay.
So Jared says no, 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 no. Said something. And then Rush Limbaugh is an idiot. I only remember
Our PR.
like in the 90s, he was really popular. I think he's declined in popularity, but I just remember he was bald, fat, and he was always sweating.
I don't fucking know. And I would never care to listen to someone like that.
Jared says it was down by Kennesaw. Ooh, by our pizza place.
Yeah.
Loved that pizza place in Kennesaw.
Saturday. And it's bullshit.
And Nashville must have better news sources than Chattanooga. Duh. Because I didn't hear half of that. Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. I mean,
there was like a murder last year in Chattanooga, and it was on the news for like 6 weeks. All day, every day. I was just like,
I mean, this wasn't in Chattanooga. It was in Atlanta. It's like,
well, I'm just saying, like, you know, I don't report on stuff. They're like, oh, by the way, the president was almost killed tonight, and in local news. And then they spend 45 minutes telling me.
You didn't know in 2010 I was being flooded in Nashville. You had no idea how bad it was. And you were
that I did because of Twitter.
Yeah, but
you were texting me like.
I think that's what he's trying to say. They don't talk about everything that's immediate. And this was an emergency. The state of Tennessee, the area of Nashville got flooded so bad that it took years. They're still trying to fix things.
I know. The only thing I remember on TV about it was Nashville is still getting flooding, and the what's it called? The Museum of the Country Music Hall of Fame
was gone.
Was that it, or was it the Opry that
Both,
got flooded, like the first level?
both of them. Everything was gone.
Anyway, yeah, and they were like, and they said they'd put out sandbags, and then they went to something else that was like local, and I was just like, you know, I'm getting more from fucking Kimberly Williams Paisley on her Twitter than I'm getting from my local news. So I'm like, well, all right.
But yeah, this bullshit with this guy and the dog. That's the problem I have with establishments. So he's getting jail time, or he is facing jail time for saving an animal's life when it wasn't that, like, she literally pulled up to a gas station and ran in. He waited 20 minutes after saying the dog was already in distress. So everyone's like, well, he should have called authorities. How long is it going to take somebody to show up, and what are they going to do? Are they going to break the window? No, because they'll get sued. They'll get sued for damage of property. So they were,
we all know better now.
So no, he even said on his first little fucking in jail interview, he was just like, you know, I'll do it again. I don't give a shit. I'll do it again.
What kind of problems is he gonna have in prison? Everybody's gonna be like, "You rock, dude."
You're first off, you're a fucking vet. You have served this fucking country, and now you're in jail for helping a dog that some idiot fucking asshole bitch was getting her hair done. Left her dog. Windows up. It was 85 degrees outside in Georgia last weekend.
Oh my God. No.
Fuck. And he got arrested. Fuck you. Like, that's the problem. That is the type of
Normally I love Georgia other than Honey Boo Boo, but come on, you guys are giving me more than one reason.
But that's the problem. It's not just Georgia that does this. This just happened to caption the headline. It's not just Georgia that has this problem. It's everywhere. Start penalizing the right people for the right fucking offenses. This guy tried to save an animal's life because somebody was a dumbass and was too fucking snotty and thought that she came first before another life, whether it be an animal or a person. But had it been a child, that's a felony in any state.
Child endangerment. Yeah. Well,
But
first of all, you can't leave your kid by themselves in a car.
animal, had it died, would have still been $250. Fuck off. Why do you get the right to have an animal? An animal should be treated just like a child too. You have to be considerate and have.
My brother, he admittedly says he is not a good father. Okay, I won't say which one. I have many brothers, but he's always maintained that you should have to have a license, like, and go through a training course and be evaluated to have children and pets. You should not be able to care for another living thing unless you prove it. Like, you should not give me a pet. Okay, I would be so bad. I wouldn't know the first fucking thing to do with a dog or anything else. Or dog, maybe I could handle. Anything else, I'm fucked.
It's something that some states, in order to get divorced, you have to go through classes to prove that it didn't work.
Oh yeah, where was that? I was just reading about that.
Florida is one of them.
Florida? Was it Virginia? I thought I was reading about Virginia, but that doesn't seem right.
You have to go through classes to prove that you did everything you could to prevent it from happening. Otherwise, they make you stay married until you can prove different. And I don't think that's right. Because
I'd be like, put me on his bank account. As soon as that check's deposited, transfer.
yeah, like, I mean, I'll kill you and I'll make this happen faster than that 36-hour course.
I'd be like, oh, you got a new girlfriend? She's pregnant and you want to marry her? Too bad. Oh, your paycheck was deposited and I transferred it all? Sorry. Call that little slut to get a job.
The problem is, that shit didn't happen that way. You could be
I believe the woman for not being smart.
No. Listen, you can be an adulterer and your spouse owes you money now. You're the one that fucking ruined this. You're the one that fucking chose this life and they owe you money. You chose it.
There's people that think that way.
It's not just people, it's government.
Some of them are in my family.
It's government that thinks that way too. And that's a fucking problem.
Because it's the same fucking men. And lady.
No, it's women that fucking do it. Fuck off. I'm on the other end of this spectrum because it's a woman that did this in my life. And it's affecting the man in a negative way. He didn't do it. She did. And she gets the fucking bonuses out of it. You're the one that fucking chose this. You're the one that acted this way.
Well, I make sure to never make more than my
so fuck off. You should have to put it in.
Always make less money than your spouse.
No.
And you know what? If they ask for a prenup, tell them, if you don't love me enough, then we don't need to get married. Walk away. There's somebody else that won't make you sign a prenup. Get the money. Man or woman, get the money.
Well, that makes marriage sound awesome.
Marriage is awful. It's why we have like a 52% divorce rate in this country. Give me a break.
Oh,
People don't take it seriously. If they did, our divorce rate wouldn't be over half.
it could be that they decide that women deserve all the rights. And that's why they get it. Even though they're the fucking cunts that do what they do, it's both role reversal.
I know two men.
The government backs up the woman.
I generally am not in favor of men because usually it's something they did. But I know two men who had their wives abandon them and their children, and they still had to pay the wives while they're taking care full time of their kids, working jobs, you know, taking care of everything, you know, and it's just like, you know, and these are good guys. I mean, you know, I've hung out with them. Despite my character, I'm actually a pretty good judge. Maybe that because of, you know, bad character, I can see good, you know, and, you know, they're not the kind of guys that would do a woman wrong. I'm sorry, you know, and they stood by their kids and took care of them. And, you know, I don't think men should be applauded for that because they could just do it already. But yeah, I mean, it's like when women get left by men and they're like broke and taking care of kids and can't do anything. The guy's running around with some fucking 22-year-old. Oh, Jared said a bunch of stuff. Hold on.
No one should be applauded. No one should be applauded for roles that they have played.
Well, I just think that fathers in this country should be more equal. Like, it's very different when you go to Europe than it is here. You know?
I feel like as a parent, it shouldn't matter the gender whatsoever. Like, I don't care that child came out of her vagina. If the dad is a better parent, then he deserves the same consideration as what
even with couples that are still together, I think that it's very unequal in this country.
Oh, yeah. Like that, this is so fucked up that when they consider divorce, it's automatic the mother's right. Well, what about what the dad has done?
Not all states, but most states.
I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. I think it's fucked all the way around. I think the whole system's fucked. It's something as simple from the guy breaking the window to divorce. Well, what caused the divorce? Well, she fucked everything that moved. Oh, she gets the kids and you get to pay her. What? I married her thinking that this was my life. Like, this is my future. And she fucked everything that moved, including a donkey. And I have to pay her? And she gets the fucking kids?
Well, they pay her in pesos.
It's bullshit. It is. So, as much as women fight for rights, like, you know, political rights and bullshit like that, Why don't they start fighting for the rights of the fathers too? Like some of these fucking women that make these movements that happen, why don't they bring up some of that too? Because some fathers, and I'm going to say it's a 50-50, are better than the mothers.
Oh, I agree.
If
And sometimes they're actually, it's like one kid is better with one parent, one kid's better with the other parent.
Yeah, if money was completely taken out of it and it just became responsibility, then
I wish that was what it was about, but it's not. They should take away the whole idea of it.
50, and not this bullshit like, oh, it didn't work for years, so here's me.
How many women, though, that brings up a good point, how many women would still fight so hard for their kids if money wasn't the equation?
Exactly.
It's go to work and get a job.
That's right. Or, I'm going to spend $200 a month on the kid.
Yeah.
Well, why don't courts make it mandatory that $800 goes into a specific account? That the only time that money, no matter if it's $800, $200, $400 a month, if it's in a specific child support account, the only time that card can be swiped was that child itself. The clothes.
There's ways around that. I'll tell you what, my mom and my dad's first wife used to buy Jack and Joyce gorgeous clothes. I mean, these two women would spend so much fucking money on those two kids until one day my godmother Miri saw their mother, who was divorced from my brother, walking into a thrift shop with all of those said clothes. She would take the clothes, sell them, take the money, and get cocaine.
It's shit like that. Like,
people abuse everything. If there's a way to abuse it, they're gonna do it, you know. Jared says Chattanooga local news is the worst he's ever had, and that Salt Lake City was the best. I don't know. I hate Salt Lake City. I have such anger issues when I'm there. I don't know why. Like, I literally get so blinding rage, I will pass out because I get into fights in Salt Lake City. Like, I just try to stay in southern Utah where it's cool. Okay, because if I go anywhere mid or northern, I just, like, melt down. I don't know. So, I mean, I've heard there's a huge punk movement and stuff like that, but I've actually met a few gay people from Salt Lake City. They live here now in Vegas. So
I'm sure they do.
That says he and I have a mutual friend who's been through that. Yeah, okay. Him too. Huh?
Like the divorce shit where
he got left with the kids. Yeah, no, I mean, he's a douche. He's a serious douche. And like his personality is fucking shit. But I will say this, he does a shit ton with his kids. It's ridiculous what he does with his kids. He is so devoted to his children.
But that's not considered. None of that's considered.
No, he has his kids, but he's got to pay the ass.
In courts, nothing's considered on the male side. It's all about salary and income, and you can't even argue your side of the bills. Like, your rent doesn't matter, your mortgage payment doesn't matter. How much is your paycheck? They don't consider the bills that comes out of that paycheck. And that's fucked. Because they consider the mom's income, they consider her driving back. Something as simple as driving back and forth to school every day. They talk about that.
Yeah, I don't know about there, but gas all of a sudden
do the same thing. They do the same thing. You can't let a few bad seeds ruin everything for fathers. Just like you can't let shitty moms ruin everything for mothers. So why has that not been taken into consideration? It's bullshit. I think that fathers and mothers deserve the same plea in court, one way or another. It shouldn't be a mother state. Like Tennessee is a mother state. Mothers all the way. Mothers automatically have fucking
is not.
Custody, unless you can prove that they are an unfit parent. But fathers don't automatically have custody of their kids. It doesn't automatically happen. That father has to fight for it. And I think that's wrong because some moms are pieces of shit. And I've met several that have no regard for their kids whatsoever. They want that income. They want that money.
I've met a lot of parents that are still together and they're both crappy.
Yeah, I mean,
Kids
right.
grow up to be assholes.
It works both ways. Why do moms automatically get this understanding, this consideration?
Dude, I've had the worst experience with so many moms who have been mean and judgmental and just nasty.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is how you choose to live your life and the example you choose to set for your child. Okay, great. Well, then now I know why the world has gone to shit. Okay.
Well, why do you think so many kids are assholes now? Because everything was given to them. Well, everything was given to their fucking mother, or they're still the same situation.
I think today's generation is, I don't think most of it is their fault. Due to the fact that, I mean, their parents and their parents were given fucking everything.
It's fault. They were raised a certain way and taught a certain thing. But at the end of the day, as a parent, are you supposed to fucking provide your child everything they need to know in order to get through every fucking day? How to learn kindness, manners, understanding, dealing with bullying, dealing with the fucking racist bullshit, dealing with the differences of different fucking people.
Can I say one last thing and then I really gotta pee? But I just took the US like for fun because when my sister-in-law gets here, she's Polish, she's gonna have to take it to get US citizenship, I guess. I took the US citizenship test and it says only 1 out of 3 people even pass. So pass is like 70% or some shit, you know? So I'm taking it and I'm just like, is this a joke? Are these really the questions? Like I got 2 wrong.
It makes you kind of want to go down to like the council offices and actually take the real fucking test.
Because I'm like, if this is the citizenship test, I mean, literally, you could just, it's like, it's easier than the driving test. The ones I got wrong were, who's the current Chief of Justice? Okay, you got me. I have no idea. And it was like another question like that. And I'm just like current news. And I'm like, fuck, I don't know. So, you know, I'm like, I don't know, 20 questions left. I missed 2. I was like you know.
I mean,
I was actually studying for it. I'm not studying for it. Okay. And I haven't been in school for a long fucking time.
I'm
not that bright. So.
And I wouldn't know that unless I had an interest in that field.
Yep.
I take interest in the fields I enjoy and I learn and stuff like that. That's one of the reasons why I don't vote, because I don't know these people. I don't take the time to learn their background, their history, stuff like that. So I feel like my vote would be voted blindly.
Yep.
Because I feel like the only people that should vote shouldn't be voted on looks and opinions. It should be voted on what you know about that person themselves. So I choose not to. So it's hard for me to disagree with who they vote in because I have no way one or the other. I'm just going, that's a bad idea. Mm-hmm. Well, that's a great idea, which would be great.
Well, Mrs. Garrett says she has the munchies and it's playtime and she loves us. So, and I have to pee.
But I gotta pee again. I know you gotta pee.
So, you know, we'll text each other and then I'll put up the pictures.
Yeah, because I fucked up last week. I went to Taco Bell and I totally forgot to take pictures.
No, well, you sent me pictures and I've been slowly putting them on Instagram with filters because you're giving me shit about filters.
Mm-hmm.
You put up a picture for Gary, so. And then I actually forgot to put up a picture, so I'll have to do that from last week.
Yeah, This week it'll be one just for our post show.
Yeah. And I'll clip them together, and we'll see you next week with some topic, and who knows what the fuck I'm gonna be drinking. I still have Bacardi left. Maybe I can make this last.
Ah, fuck that. Drink it tomorrow. All right. See y'all next week.
Next week.
Bye.